Here we go. Hello!
Hey, the TM Danish and the TMI show.
It's that time again.
Yep. Come in here.
It's that time again. What?
I always feel like dancing when I hear this.
Wait,
What?
you're not?
You can dance.
You mean to tell me you're not dancing, Sam?
Not really.
You're not dancing?
I kind of
Just a
am.
bit. Why is StreamYard acting up on me? Oh, there you go.
Everybody clap your hands.
Woo! Y'all ready for this?
Are you ready for it? Are you?
Are you sure you're ready?
Nope.
Ready or not?
Here we come. Ba-da!
What the heck?
Yes.
What the heck?
The intro's done now. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
What? Oh.
What?
we have a tenacious intro. It just it doesn't want to quit. It just
It was live? Shit.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the
we were
whole
asking
point.
you, Never Again. Are you ready?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yep.
And
raise your hand if you're ready.
godless,
I raised my flipper.
that's the point. You're supposed to hear us.
If you're not ready, raise your hand. All right. That covers everybody. The people who are not
I'm
ready
not
and
ready.
the people who are ready. It's covered.
What are we ready for?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's one we should ask our guests.
Oh yeah. We could do that.
What?
Why are you here?
Wait, what?
Why are you here?
What are we supposed to be asking?
What are you all doing here?
Yeah, why are you here?
Now you're asking the guests, Sam? Before it was the chat. Now it's the guests?
He's just asking everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna put our.
I'm only here because Linda threatened me with vanilla sex.
Oh, brother! Did you, Linda? You threaten
did
your
what?
guests. You threaten your guests to be.
No, I would
Hey,
never
if
do
you
that.
don't come on the show, we're gonna do this to you. We're gonna threaten you with something.
Spanking?
No, we do not kinky sex. Vanilla sex is sex that isn't kinky, so that was the joke.
Vanilla sex. What a threat.
Terrifying.
Yes, that was the joke.
Okay, so we
the
better
only time-
introduce all of those icons because Never Again is asking who are all these icons.
Who do we lose?
Yeah,
Bun Bun.
Bun Bun
We
is
lost
having
Bun Bun.
trouble.
oh, Bun Bun. They'll come back.
Oh, thank you, Never Again.
And as Jeff points out, we can hear you, Linda.
And that's the whole point. Like I said, that you're supposed to hear us during the intro.
Yeah. We planned it that way. We did.
Planned it. Yes,
Really,
we
we
planned
did.
it. We did.
This is
Hi.
planned? What?
Hi, Julie.
Julie. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. In the
Julie,
chat.
are you at work?
Julie? Oh, that's right. They both of them got.
Mm,
Oh,
Both of
God, I
them.
forgot work. Wow, that's so incredible.
mm.
Yeah.
But what are we talking about?
LGB LGBTQ plus.
Supposed to be, yeah.
I feel like we should just call it the Rainbow Connection.
Good idea.
Yeah, much shorter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it. Okay.
That's
I
good.
usually say queer. That's easier. You don't risk forgetting a letter if you just say queer.
That's true.
Okay.
Well,
I
you see,
just
I'm a
sing the
boomer.
alphabet.
The Alphabet Mafia.
Yeah.
Also
see,
another name.
I'm a boomer, and queer is a derogatory term to me. You know.
Yeah, but it isn't.
Hey, I'm a boomer too, and it used to be a derogatory term to me. Somebody wants to go by queer, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it's been retaken, so it's fine.
Right. Okay.
Just like what we did with freak, kind of. We've revamped it and made it our own, even though it was a negative thing at one point in time.
Right. Okay. You got to own it, I guess.
Yep.
Mm.
Better to own it than to just let people walk all over you. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
You take their power away.
I hate to keep saying this. I'm this, I'm that. Like it's about me. It's not about me. So I gotta phrase my, because as people who are cis people, I don't think they understand the whole thing with the LGBTQ.
Some do, some don't.
I guess.
I actually have a question.
Oh, okay, great.
How do you know if you're pansexual?
Oh. Does anybody want to go before me?
We can go either way. It's fine.
Okay.
We do it all the ways.
All the way.
Yeah.
That's how you know. All the ways. No, and I like somebody for who they are, and their bits and bobs or not bits and bobs or whatever they have doesn't bother me a jot. So I just like their heart and them. That's how I know.
Yeah.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what they have. Yeah. In their pants. Yeah. The gender is more important than the body.
Okay, that's good because I don't have any pants on, so.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. What a surprise.
Wow, just look at my icon.
Yeah.
I'm back in here.
You just gotta.
Hello.
Hey,
Bun
Bun.
Bun Bun's back.
Hi.
Hi, Bun Bun.
Hello.
We were just talking about being pansexual.
I mean, I yes.
Oh,
I'm
just
right
making
here.
sure you're
Can
there.
you hear me?
Yes.
I'm right here.
We can hear you.
I know a few people in my life who are pansexual. I would like to identify as. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm pansexual. Sometimes I feel bisexual. It really depends on the day, I guess. I don't know. I would like to say like I'm what's that word? Gender fluid, I guess, kind of, sort of. I mean, I remember when sometimes I'd feel like a girl and it started when I was in school. I remember like the exact moment I was like, you know what? I really like girls. I think they're really awesome, but I feel like boyish sometimes. I like to climb and do guy stuff, and I like to, be a fix-it. I don't like relying on anyone. I don't know. It's just me.
I mean, if it was
Be my downfall.
if it was about what you like to do, I would be a man, but I'm not because that's not how you define it. I mean, I like to do mostly things that are associated with men, but yeah, but I'm not a man because of that.
Mm.
And you said sometimes you feel like bisexual and sometimes pansexual. I'm curious what difference you make between those, because to me they're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
that
that
answered
you
my
said that,
question.
I really realized what I said. Well, I mean, pansexual isn't that you you're not really attracted to looks or to gender. You just kind of like the person for who they are, right? I just want to get my definition correct.
I mean, I'm attracted to looks. It's just that
Yeah.
the gender of them isn't that important.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly, I think kind of is not having a type, not dating the same type of being. So, like, I date different types. It's not the same kind of looking being that I'm attracted to. It's the individual person. It's their personality. It's how they interact in the world with me is what's more important.
Okay.
Hmm. That makes sense.
Okay. I think I have a type. I have a type of. I mean, as long as, but in the same chance, I guess that's not a type. I like someone who's funny and makes me laugh and is a giver and is intelligent. They have to be smart. They have to like movies because I love movies. I'm a huge movie buff. Um, they have to, you know, be kind in some way, a nice way. They have to be, but not, but not a doormat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have to have a backbone, and I guess I'm in a far sense. I do kind of have a type of person that I usually am attracted to. So I wouldn't. I guess I wouldn't say pansexual. There's like a certain type of. I don't know.
I don't
think-
really
Sorry,
think that.
I'm nervous. I've never been on live show
At least
before.
the way I see it, pansexual isn't about not having a type. It's more again the gender, that it's like you can be a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. Or a non-binary person like that. Yeah, I can be attracted to penis or to vagina. So like a man with a vagina, or like yeah, I don't. It's not important which combination.
But they can still meet all your criteria of wanting to be funny, liking movies, blah, blah, blah. But aesthetically, they can vary for anything and everything.
Yeah.
But as long as you're attracted to them
Okay.
and like
All right. Well,
But I know many people that are bi and still identify
I have.
with that.
Yes, Bun Bun.
I've gone on a date. I've gone on a few dates with a trans woman, and I have friends with trans women, and she's sweet and she's funny and she's she's like everything I want in a whole package. But because I have this phobia of dating older people, it kind of puts me back. You know what I mean? I had a trauma when I was a kid from an older person, and it kind of holds me back to wanting to be with her. But she is everything that I would want in a person. I have to get over that hump. Therapy can only do so much. But I have I've thought about that. Like I've seen a lot of change in this world. So you have to watch, like when I'm in this other Discord group where there's trans and gender fluid and pansexual and all those, everything in there, transgender. So you have to like be like, okay, I don't want to, you have to kind of be, what's your pronouns? What do you want to be called? You know, what's your group? What's your thing? I'm not an age phobe. No.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Bonbon? Not that long ago, I didn't think that I would date an older person. But here I am, dating a miga nuts. Surprise.
Anything can happen. Anything.
Linda.
What?
It can. And it's my own thing. The reason why is, because my identity is obviously not mean. A family member molested me from a very young age from like 9 to 14. So older gentlemen, older women, they kind of make me nervous to be alone with them in the room because I think they're going to try to take it. And I've been touched, and it happens in a young woman's life, and you try to tell someone and you try to have help, but like, what do they tell you in your family? What happens in the house stays in the house, you know? Don't tell anybody, don't say anything. And I told my mom several times, and I found out that later on that this person threatened to tell on her the same thing. She was doing it to her own child, her other child, my brother. And that's the only reason why. Like, otherwise, I like older people. I love being around older people. I just can't be by myself with them. It makes me very uncomfortable. It's like one of those boxes. I just can't fight. I'm older now, and I still find myself very nervous around them. That's the only reason why I didn't want to date her like that. It made me very nervous, you know. And she did try to, you know, like, kiss me and like hold my hand, and I kind of withdrew a little bit. I feel bad about it because I withdrew a little bit, but that's the reason why. I'm not an age phobe. I love older people. I do. I even get nervous around my own stepdad. Like I can't. I don't know. That's the reason why. So I tend to date younger people about most of the times. So, but I guess that's the only reason. But other than that, she's a wonderful person.
Yeah, something horrible happened to you. It's like,
yeah.
You don't.
And it wasn't like I didn't try to, you know, reach.
So did we cover? Did we answer the question, Danish?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because when I first heard about pan, I thought it was being attracted to men who had goat legs.
Oh.
Did Robin Red?
No.
I was like, oh, I'm pansexual, honey. Oh, yeah, that's hot.
It's the little tail that gets me, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it had something to do. I thought it had something to do.
I like
with
the horns; they make me horny.
Cookware.
Cookware.
Cookware. Yeah.
Slightly off topic, but I've always I like the idea of yes chef or chef being an honorific. It would make like working in a kitchen so much more interesting. Like, bring this to me. Yes, chef. Of course, chef. So then maybe that's a thing. Maybe chefware is a thing, and saying like, yes, chef, but it's not pansexuality though.
No, it's
Is that like the new Yes
sexuality.
Daddy? Is that the new
Ding.
Yeah, like that, but different.
I mean, I don't know.
Ooh.
the new Yes Daddy?
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
I mean,
I always wanted that.
but that's what I think of when I hear that. I don't think of what it actually is. Pansexual. When I think of I immediately think of cookware, and then I go, wait, that's wrong.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, but not
Dog.
Peter Pan. No, not the Peter Pan. No, not Peter
Not
Pan.
Pan either. No, not Pan.
Peter
And-
Pan.
But pan meaning all or of everything involves all members. Pan.
It involves everyone.
Yeah,
All right.
because it's
Yeah.
Greek, I believe, for all
Pan.
or everything or everyone.
Hmm. Mhm.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I
I do like
definitely
the
was
idea
not
of yes,
prepared
chef.
for this show.
You weren't?
Nope.
No.
Well, what's to be prepared about? What do we need to be prepared for?
Are we ever prepared?
Masturbation to Peter Pan?
Well, it's in your mansion, right?
So everyone knows about Rule 54, correct?
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
If it exists
I thought it was
in the
Rule
zeitgeist.
34.
That's 34.
Oh, sorry,
That's
34, whatever. I always get the number wrong.
I thought it was Rule 42.
Rule 34, whatever. If it exists in the zeitgeist, there is porn about it.
Oh.
42
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
there's
answer
porn about
to the
everything.
life, universe, and
Hmm.
everything.
What was that, Microraptor?
The
Or excuse
answer
me,
to
Chef. Excuse me, Chef.
the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything.
What?
Oh my god. I didn't even see the change. Oh my god, Raptor, you are a hot mess. I cannot. I didn't even see you change your.
I have to
Are
get
you
some
calling
water.
your
I'll be
wife
right
a
back.
Oh my god.
Still gone.
I wouldn't watch Peter Pan does Dallas. Oh my god. Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
Okay.
There are actual. I can't.
Okay, so does anybody have any other questions about the subject?
When did you become the host?
Just a little while ago. It's okay. Slim can ask questions.
Linda too busy exploring her sexuality.
Oh, I don't have any questions because I live in the industry. I work at the gay clubs and in the fetish dungeons and for the swinger corporations. I have all the answers. You just have to ask.
You live in the
Did you guys have these comments?
sexuality industry. You make the sexualities.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't do anything right now, so no dungeons for me. Yeah, it's sad.
Oh, I haven't been to a dungeon in like years. I used to go with my ex-husband. Does that say? Or 2 girls in 1 pan? I'm done. I threw my hands up. I can't even. Never watching Peter Pan. Never.
Make it work. We can.
Oh my.
I want to be wearing the tights.
2 pounds on a
Wait, what? Hobbits? Oh my god, I'm having a hard time
What about
keeping up.
hobbits?
What What?
Not hobby.
Did you say
Oh
hobbits?
my god.
No, I said sausage.
Hobbits.
2 pans, 1 sausage.
2 pans, 1 sausage.
Yes.
Two pans.
Oh my god. Son of a.
How do you do that?
Oh, you say it so innocently.
Oh,
So that's what
I am innocent.
Chef is very innocent. Always very innocent. Chef would never put like links to my OnlyFans in private chat for everybody to see. No.
No, I haven't put
Checking
them into
private
the-
chat.
the-
Why would you get my hopes up like that? Why would you do that?
Okay.
You don't know what I look like.
How
You'll
dare
regret
you.
every minute of it.
Very much
Oh.
doubt that.
You had a serious topic to discuss at some point.
No.
No, not a serious one, but a topic.
The topic is the rainbow.
The rainbow.
What was it? Yes, the rainbow connection.
LGBTQ plus
Yeah.
the Rainbow Gang. That's what somebody called that I
Yeah.
saw on Facebook. I was like, they're like, yeah, we'll go gang. And I was like, oh god.
I look at it this
no,
way.
there's no wheel today. There's no
If
wheel.
you can't
Out
say it,
there.
if you can't say it like 5 or 10 times fast, then you shouldn't be saying it.
Oh, I'd be screwed then. I stumble over my words all the time. So
Yes, Raisin. The TMI show has topics.
Yeah.
We never follow the
some
topics, but
Hi, Raisin.
it has topics.
Hi, Raisin.
hi.
Hi, I miss you.
Hello, Raisin.
Hey.
Well, me being a cis male, I know nothing about the culture of all this LGBT plus stuff. I don't know
Stop it.
anything about it.
Dog.
I'm like,
Stop it.
I need help. I need help.
Well,
We're
what
not spinning the panel.
You and me both. You and me both.
one thing, step 1, watch ice skating.
Ice skating.
Strictly Come Dancing.
What? Ice
What?
skating?
Ice skating? What? Come
Yeah,
dancing?
like the Strictly Come
Strictly
ice
come
skating.
dancing.
Yeah, that's pretty part
Yes.
of the history.
Ice skating. Did you
I-
say?
You have to watch what's the name of that movie? Paris is Burning. You have to watch Paris.
Yeah.
Paris is burning?
It's a really great documentary. Yes, it's a great documentary on before they did drag shows, they did these things in the 80s called balls. I don't know if I was born in the 80s, so I was little when I found out about this, but they used to do balls and had categories, and it was basically a gay fashion show. Fashion shows are most. But anyway, I didn't. It was like a fashion show, where they can go and show off their latest fashion, and they had different categories like Fishiest Queen, or they even had businessman chic. They had yacht chic. They had all kinds. When you watch it, you'll see it's really great. It's a great movie.
I think I've actually seen it.
There's
And voguing.
there's a TV series as well that's about
Yay.
the ballrooms as well, where that's it's called Pose, and it is
Oh, this is
about
great.
it's one of my favorite. Angel is the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my entire life, and I love them.
Oh my God. She is amazing. Oh, she is beautiful. Don't you just love Poppy for her? I love Poppy.
I've not seen season 2 yet.
Sorry.
I
I
was like,
No
absolutely.
spoilers. Then.
but
Well-
it's
Oh.
very important messages.
No spoilers. Shutting up.
Well, I was a child in the 70s and 80s
Yeah,
and
it
stuff,
handles-
and so I know about all that like Madonna stuff and the strike a pose thing, and
Vogue.
I know about the voguing thing, and I'm pretty
Voguing.
free when it
Called
comes to
Vogue.
people, you know. So, you know, I don't know. I'm just because I think that the LGBT plus community they have very little representation, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't see it like when I think of that community, I don't think of any one person or anything really. I just there's nothing comes to mind when I think about the community. You know what I mean? I guess I'm not involved in it enough.
RuPaul.
RuPaul, yeah, RuPaul definitely. See,
Drag Race.
yeah.
RuPaul.
I
Well, I
find
know
it
RuPaul.
really groundbreaking when in Orange is the New Black, like I felt like it was a very important move for Orange is the New Black. The person who's playing a trans woman is actually a trans woman, and they have she has a twin.
Yes.
And he played her pre-transition in the show, and I thought that was the fact that they didn't make her try and present male in the TV show, that really got me. And I don't know why, it made me like, I'm so happy, you know, that they didn't do that. But also, I know it's acting, but still, to me, it was important. And the fact that she was still playing a trans woman, like in Pose, there are trans women, or like people part of the LGBTQ plus community that are actually playing the characters, rather than a cis person pretending to be trans. And I don't know how I feel about that, but you know,
which is
Hi, Ox.
hello.
hi, Ox.
Stop
Hi.
jumping.
Hi.
Yeah, I agree with you. I actually am very comfortable with that. That it paved the way for a lot of. Also, I don't even know if they still show it as Queer as Folk. That's a good one. The L word is a good one. But I don't think they showed those ones like in the 90s. I don't even know if you don't have like a special like a subscription to like what was it? I forget. I think it was even like I wouldn't take that one. I was gonna say Shameless, but I mean it does show the reality of it, of being a kid and trying to find your sexuality because he's a kid and he's like, I think I'm gay, and I like that kind of thing. And I mean he's not gay in real life, I don't believe. But in the show, he does portray what right. You kind of feel like, yeah, this could be true because he does give a lot to the character to make it believable. To me, anyway, it was believable to me.
Well, see, there's also a
But
other issue as well, as much as they can as much as we've talked about stereotypes and in the community, there's also a problem of I had a shaved head for quite some time, and people just thought I was a lesbian. They're like, you have a bald head, therefore you're a lesbian. Like, so I feel like trying to break down the stereotypes, like, let's say, for example, gay guys don't need to behave effeminately or hypermasculine. Like, there's like they can just be people, and people, when you say, you know, oh, I'm gay, like, the response is not, oh, well, you don't look gay. That's
Yeah.
not like,
Don't
that's a
look
problem
gay?
in the community here.
Yeah, you don't look gay.
Yeah, well, it's because they say guy and they're not, I don't know, wearing whatever the hell somebody assumes a gay guy wears, like, and that happens. And can't people just be people and it just be accepted that it is what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to look a certain way to.
Well, that's like, again, the stereotypes. People have
Mm.
created this thing and they say, this is what this thing is. And if you see this, this is what it is. And that's not what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
But
that.
that's because we're freaking humans and we like to classify every freaking thing.
We
Yeah,
just like
quit-
boxes
quit-
and like plucking them in.
Someone take away the labeling machine.
Yeah,
Throw it away.
because I
No,
feel
you do not look nerdy.
Well, you know, it's funny. If I saw a female, if I saw what I thought was a female with a shaved head, I wouldn't think she was a lesbian or,
Yeah.
you know, it's just that doesn't come to mind.
And oddly, in where I was living at the time, it was not helped by the fact that
Funny.
I tend not to call Tusk, who's my partner. I won't call him my boyfriend, fiance, husband, whatever you want to say. I much rather call him my partner, because I feel like that's like a honoring thing for him, calling him we're equal. That's how I feel about it. So like, I'll just say, oh, we're just gonna go see my partner. But because apparently that language is being used, therefore there wasn't a pronoun in it for somebody to guess, which, you know, all they needed to do was just ask. And that's the thing with pronouns and people's gender, is you just ask. And it's okay. It's okay to say, oh, were you referring to your partner as he, her, they, them? What? You know, like, but not that it makes a jot difference.
I think it's better to ask than just assume what you see is what's on, you know, the cover is what the book is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better to just ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm even like, oh, I know you've told me before, but what was your pronoun? And like, just that.
Yeah. But some
And
people are
hello.
uncomfortable. Some people are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Hello,
That's
Tanner.
true.
Hi, Tanner.
Hello, guys. How you doing today? Sorry, I'm jumping in late.
Hi, Tanner.
Hello,
Hi.
Bun Bun.
Yay,
Hi,
Tanner.
Slim.
Hey,
It's okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what you guys have all
Hi,
talked
Tanner.
about before, but jumping in, hi, Bun Bun, jumping in with what you guys are talking about right now. You know, like my fiance Chase being Native American, in many cultures in the past, there wasn't just two genders. You know, hundreds of years ago. You know, it wasn't just male and female. There was gender fluid people throughout all of history that didn't identify as strictly male or strictly female. And I think it's something that's starting to become a little bit more prominent again. And, you know, I'm not picking on Christians by any means, but a lot of whitewashing happened throughout history because of religious views towards, you know, needing to be strictly a man or a woman. And it kind of started to erase a lot of the gender fluidity that happened throughout history.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
Well, it's good to know. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see the fluidity because I guess I'm not looking for it. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Nope.
Well, and that's the
I
thing
don't
is, it's people who identify strictly as a male or female, cisgendered. It might be a little bit more difficult because it's something you don't understand and you weren't brought up to understand, and that's why discussions on it just help everyone out and understanding what it is. Like, one of my really good friends, I would consider him gender fluid, where he's very comfortable dressing in quote unquote male clothes or female clothes, or painting his nail or having his hair done. And he embraces both sides of femininity and masculinity. And and some people just don't understand it, whereas for him, he's just comfortable with it. It's just him. Identifies as a male and goes around as a male, but he's very gender fluid, and
that's how I am. I'm very gender fluid. I can go ahead.
So I used to have a friend. I say used to, we're not friends anymore, but she said that they said that they were gender fluid, and I was like, okay, that's cool. She wanted to dress like more. She wanted to dress more, I guess you would say, male, masculine. Sorry, masculine. And I was like, okay, you can do that. That's fine. And then she started doing that. She cut her hair off. She started dressing masculine. She started, and I was like, all right, that's cool. And then she got into a relationship, and then she started dressing more feminine. Like, well, sometimes I feel like masculine, and sometimes he makes me feel like more feminine. And I was a bit confused by it, but now I think I kind of get it. I kind of, after what you said, I kind of get it. Like, it doesn't matter. It's what she feels at the time that she wants to dress, and that's the way she feels on the inside that count. It was really confusing. I looked at her funny, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, and then I thought about it, and I was like, she's like, you've never felt like that before? And I was like, you know what? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel like I want to dress more masculine and less feminine. Sometimes I want to feel feminine when I'm with certain people. I feel feminine when I'm with certain people. I feel like masculine. I feel a little more dominant, or I feel sub, or I feel this, and I was like, okay, so it is okay for you to feel that way. And after what Tanner said, I kind of get what she meant. Is what I was getting to.
See, and then
she can come off.
Go ahead, Mike.
She can come off either way. Like, it depends on who she's with.
Yeah, this is kind of an oversimplification, but sometimes you feel like listening to metal, sometimes rock, sometimes just like how we can have different tastes in music in different moments, we can have different expressions of gender in different moments.
Yep. And the other thing I kind of try to avoid is the masculine being or I should say dominant being associated with males, and submissive being associated with females. Because we got to be able to see and embrace the female power and female role of being dominant, and the male role of being submissive. So I would even go so far that we can't be like, if there's one day that you feel more dominant, that you're more masculine. And I'm not trying to cut down what you're saying, because that's what our minds have been trained to think in
no. I mean,
last century.
She's a switch, like I am.
Right.
Switch.
Right. I get what you're saying.
So I just, because I know some dominant males. I know some sub males. Like, I know some switch males. I know some oh damn, there's like a whole bunch of categories that I can't even get out of my brain right now, out of my mouth. You know what you're saying? No, I wasn't saying like that was. I'm just saying in general. They felt. I can't stop saying she. They felt this way, or with certain people, they feel. Oh my gosh, I can't even. They feel dominant. Sometimes when they're with other people, they feel sub.
Right.
Like, it
No,
depends.
I
you know what I mean? I'm
I
not
got
saying
what you're
that.
saying
I wasn't trying to.
100%. Yeah, I got what you were saying 100%. I'm
Okay.
saying for like other people, a lot of times people will associate dominance with masculinity in males and some submissive with females and femininity. And I'm saying for other people, that's kind of another barrier that slowly has to be broken down in time. Because obviously there's some very dominant females out there and should be embraced and stuff like that. So I wasn't going
Hi.
after you. I'm just saying in general.
Hi, Rachel.
Speaking of which,
Hello,
Hi,
Raisin.
I heard people talking about dominant women. So how is everybody doing?
I said I just wanted to stop by.
You're doing
You're
well,
such
Nick.
a
Take charge,
Why? I
girl.
can't let you have all the fun.
Yeah.
See, I find I'm a drag king, and I find that when people are being in over exaggerations of masculine and feminine energy, that because of the society's views on how you should behave, we do slip into the I'm a guy, therefore I'm going to be more dom, which is why I've made my character. He's very cocky, no doubt, but when it comes to things, I've created this situation where if it actually comes down to it, because I'm gonna try my best to bring a little sprinkle and a kink into my drag performances.
Yeah.
And I very much would like him to be a sub, because I see so many drag kings out there that have their king persona
Mhm.
as, you know, a heavy dom that's gonna like paddle the audience, which that's really fun, but what happens if you give the paddle to the audience?
Right.
You know, and see how they take that. And my performance this week was actually discussing that I, as a person, me personally, doesn't have to fall into categories of what I should and should not be. Neither does my drag character. And that's what my performances is based out of, which I was quite excited that we kind of discussed gender stereotypes just there because
It's
of
like
that.
when Chase does drag, he goes as the original Eve is his drag name, and he picked that name purposely because he's like, well, when I am up on stage, I want to be the original woman, the first woman that was out there, and I'm going to show that women are strong, powerful, and dominant, and that we rule the world. So that's Chase's drag persona, and you know, it's his drag is very alternative. It's not the typical you know, pageant drag queen type look.
Yeah.
And so she, when she's Eve, dresses very much in kind of like more gothic type clothing and very dominatrix type stuff. Now when he goes into Chase, he can also present himself as very feminine, and she will be up there and she'll be in an outfit that you would, you know, never guess that she likes also the more dominant, darker side, but ideally she would present herself as more the dominant. So yeah, it's like what you're saying, you know. And I've seen some drag kings out here where they definitely play the more submissive role, and you know, have someone walking them around on stage with a collar and leash on, and
wow.
you know, it's kind of funny.
I've not seen a lot of that because the community here is so small. You know, we can all fit on a Zoom meeting right now. Like, it is so tiny, and sometimes a little difficult. Sorry, Michael.
I feel like it's important to say that the queer community and the king community are two different things.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, kingsters are not necessarily queer, and queers are not necessarily kingsters, but they often, of course, overlap to some degree. But yeah, it's two different communities for the audience listening.
I actually had a discussion with somebody about that, saying that just because they're not part of the LGBTQ plus community does not mean that they cannot do drag in whatever way they want to do drag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and I happen to be both at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, isn't drag just like a performance thing? I mean, are there people that actually live like that all the time? There aren't, right?
Not if they're drag artists.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
If they're drag artists, no, but there are other trans women out there who will go and put on like a Dolly Parton-esque mentality and actually try to keep that as their personality.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
the
some
way
like to explore their gender.
So how do you distinguish the actors from the actual? You know what I mean?
Typically, there's a stage involved.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, if I could, I'll speak out a little bit on that. And I'm not trying to use terms to offend anybody here, but like, so drag to me would be a form of performance art, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to exaggerate
Right.
either the male persona or the female persona in a certain way. People who now what we had called them, especially growing up, and this is where I don't want to be offensive, is if there is a male who would identify as a male but likes to dress in women's clothing and walk around in women's clothing, that's what we would just literally call a cross-dresser. They're comfortable as their male, but they prefer wearing female clothing and presenting themselves as females. And usually they present themselves very, very natural, whereas drag usually hyper accentuates the
RuPaul look.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen both in public places. Growing up in New York City, going into Manhattan, into the village. I've seen that people just hanging out on the street. They look like RuPaul. They look like they're in drag, and you go and you talk to them, and they're like normal people.
Yeah,
they're not putting on.
They
an
are
act.
normal people.
They're not putting on an act. There's no stage. There's no stage, and they're dressed in drag. Right. And I'm like, yeah, well, hi. What's your name? Hey, Bill, how you doing?
And that's where I'd probably argue that they're probably more the cross-dresser. They're not trans because they're not trying to transition, or they don't identify within themselves as the opposite sex which they were born. They just like to dress in the opposite sex's clothing. And
I have to agree with Tanner on that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I've seen it all. I've seen it gone to real far extremes. Like I don't know. That's seems kind of hard to maintain. That's like really, that's a lot to maintain.
It is.
But isn't life just hard to maintain?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's all about what you want as your prerogative. Like, you like computers and everything like that, so you like to try to maintain information on computers. Like, I have no idea what's the difference between AMD or Intel.
Yeah,
I have no clue. I would have to ask Nerdy Rodent or you, but you do. Yeah. That's what you happen to know really well. So most of those people that you see out there who are wearing those really grandiose outfits, that's what they know. That's what they live with. That's what they chose to make their life.
It's the way I would kind of word it for a better way for you to understand is, that there are some people, like, say you're a male and you want to go out and you like to dress in just jeans and a t-shirt. And if you had to wear a suit, you're uncomfortable wearing that suit walking around. So you prefer to be out in your jeans and t-shirt. Whereas other males like to wear suits and they don't like jeans and t-shirts. It'd be the same thing. Like, there's, you feel uncomfortable. You don't feel natural. You're not your normal self when you're out. And so for someone who would be considered like a cross-dresser, they feel the most comfortable wearing their clothes. And so it's not hard for them like it would be hard for you to wear a suit if you prefer, wearing it. That's probably the only way I could maybe kind of describe it or use a analogy.
I don't know. I just don't see. I see what you're saying. I mean, a performance is a performance. I mean, if you go to a show and it's supposed to be a drag show, guess what? You're going to see people in drag, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, if I go if I go downtown and I start seeing people dressed in drag, is that a performance? I don't think so.
No,
I don't
no.
think that would be a performance, but they are in what they feel the most comfortable in. Like
right.
Yeah, but you
Tanner
see,
was describing.
yeah.
There's-
Like
trying
Tanner
to
was
make a
describing, you're
distinction.
wearing a T-shirt right now, which is what you find very comfortable. A T-shirt and the over-the-ear headset. I prefer an
Right.
in-the-ear headset, and I'm wearing a hoodie right now. So we have on two completely different outfits, but we're both comfortable.
You're both presenting yourselves how you
guess.
want to present yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So
you go to a
that's
business
pretty much-
meeting, you expect people in business clothes. You
Right,
go to McDonald's, you don't expect people in business clothes, but yet you see it there.
Yeah.
You know, same type of thing.
Plus, most of my drag
Okay.
friends get ready at home and slowly make their way to the club dressed in drag. Because I tell you, trying to get in drag in a bathroom, I've seen it done, but it's stressful.
Well, I've known people who dressed like that all the time.
But why not?
Yeah.
But then that's not an act. That's
No,
not.
and that's
not
where I'm
performance.
saying
that's
that's
why
separate
they're-
from being a drag queen. That would be more the cross dressing. If they
Yeah.
are male and they are comfortable with their male and they dress in female clothes, that wouldn't be drag. That's just their cross dressing. They just
But if you
prefer
took
wearing
the person off of the drag stage and you took this other person who dressed like that just because that's what they wanted to do and you put them together, I couldn't see a difference.
You won't have to see the difference.
Yeah,
They
some
see
that's what I'm saying.
cross-dressers dress very drag-esque, and some don't. Yeah,
I don't see the distinction.
think.
I don't see the distinction out in public.
The
Unless
distinction
you know what I'm
is that
saying. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
the distinction would only be known if you actually asked them.
Yeah, I would have to engage them. I would have to
Right.
engage with them and say, "Hey, hi," you know,
Right.
and then, you know,
If it's drag, it's a performance, so they would only do it in a performance setting. The other person does it whenever the fuck they feel like.
yeah, but
Well, not
that's
just
what I'm
whenever they
saying.
feel like, but when they ever can. Like, it's a necessity for them. They don't actually feel comfortable unless they are cross-dressing. Whereas the trans individuals, like Micro and I,
So some people they're not dressing in drag then. It's not.
No, they're actually dressing to make themselves feel comfortable.
Right.
Just like
Yeah.
Tanner was trying to describe,
Right, like
that there are some people who wear professional outfits all the time. A friend of mine, he literally, that's the only thing he will ever wear is a button-up t-shirt, nice dress slacks, and penny loafers and all that. Like he goes really fancy all the time. I always expect him to go to like a 5-star restaurant or something. But
Like
that's
mine,
his
how I met
everyday
your mother.
wear.
Yeah.
I could never do that.
There are some cross-dressers, like to go with your point, Sam. Like there are some who present themselves where they look like drag queens, and you can't tell if they're just cross-dressing or a drag queen. Whereas there's cross-dressers who will do it the very natural, typical feminine look that you're used to seeing. So in that aspect, yes, it's hard to distinguish the person who is overly exaggerating the femininity where you would think that they're a drag queen but they're not, and that's where it would be the only way you could tell is by asking.
Right. Well, I've seen both extremes, so it's not something that I'm not that I'm familiar with it. So it's not. I'm lucky in that respect, I guess, because I'm not like I don't look at them. I don't have a preconceived bias in that. Like the shaving of the head. If I saw a girl with a shaved head, I wouldn't think they were a lesbian. And now that's just maybe that's just me.
And
I don't know.
that's the perfect way to think.
Exactly.
Well, I think it's a healthy way.
Make no assumptions.
Correct.
That's all.
Right. I don't want to do that because it's that whole thing about assuming things is
Yeah.
No.
Leads to a lot of problems.
yeah. It can. It's problematic.
You
What group of
get
people
everything.
assumes things?
Yeah. Just talk to people. Ask
But
them.
that's why when I meet someone, I don't care what they look like. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I just greet them and ask them who they are and what's going on. That's it. Like I would with anybody else.
And that's how I wish society was more like that. Unfortunately, it's not, and that's why these discussions are important.
No, it's not right. Because
Knowledge
I have family members who wouldn't give anyone who looked or dressed in drag the time of day because of that.
Yeah.
That's a shame. They're missing out on a lot of really interesting people.
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's like me. If I were to describe myself, I don't have a specific look, and unfortunately, I can say I can pass as a regular straight white male, or I can pass as the quote unquote stereotypical gay white male. All depends on what clothes I happen to wear that day, and I literally will get judged basically on what I'm wearing, and that's so unfortunate that, like, if I know I'm going to a certain thing, and this is where I would say, kind of the straight normative white privilege, which this is a whole different discussion, falls into play, where if I know I need to pass as a straight male, I could easily do it, and that's not cool. I should be able to wear whatever I want. If I happen to look quote unquote more gay, then that's their problem, not mine.
The solution
Wait,
is
so you're telling me
obviously
that you
to never
don't? I'm sorry, Micro.
The solution is obviously to never wear clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's
the
naked.
ultimate solution right there. That is the
Come on,
actual
bro.
perfect one.
Doing it right.
Did it perfectly.
Yeah.
And I was
No
actually going to
clothes
ask, so
here.
you're telling me that you don't actually carry around a parachute with you everywhere?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, let me just turn off my cam and strip.
The avatar is lying to me then.
Right.
Oh, Linda.
Linda wants to go naked now.
Okay, everybody, I got to take off. My phone's about to die. I had fun, and I'll be in the side chat.
It was always wonderful seeing you again, Slim.
Yep.
It was good
Bye.
really actually talking to you.
Thanks for stopping by, Slim.
Yep.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, there's so much on this topic. It's a lot to get through, and it's discussions are always helpful. Knowledge is power.
For sure.
Power is
That's
knowledge.
why I'm quite happy to answer whatever question. I can't really talk much on other people's experience. I can only go off my own
Same.
or what somebody's said to me.
But no one will ever know unless they ask. So please ask.
Yeah.
100%.
And if the person doesn't want to answer, they'll most likely just say, "Hey, I don't feel like answering that right now," or something like that.
Exactly. So.
Well, there is a struggle, right? I mean, there is a struggle for an identity struggle, I guess you would call it, for people to be accepting of the LGBT plus community. Isn't there? I mean,
I thought people as a whole just wanted to be accepted by humanity. Acceptance is what every human seeks and thirsts for, anyways.
Right.
But to specifically want certain type of groups to actually want to appreciate you and value you, it comes and goes. There are those who actually are happy being demonized by those groups because they find it funny, and then there are those who actually want to be promoted and brought to the front, saying that you're great, you're awesome because you helped our community. It kind of a tit for tat.
well, I don't. To me, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't think people choose to be gay or lesbian or trans.
Oh no, I did not choose to be pan, and I'm pretty sure Tanner did not choose to be gay, and I'm pretty sure Micro did not choose to be trans.
No, no. So this whole notion that there's something wrong with the person, I don't get that. It's kind of like doesn't make sense to me. Like
because it doesn't make sense. Period. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you're gonna be chastised because you breathe. It's like
right.
What do you mean?
Okay, real quick. Let me ask you, Sam. Blue or red?
Blue or red? Is this that blue or red thing?
No, just blue or red.
Blue.
Okay, why not red?
Why
it
not
confuses me. Why didn't you pick red? Now you're starting to understand what I'm in reference to. When people ask why are you gay, it's not necessarily a I'm gay because of this, or I'm pan because of this,
No,
or
well,
I'm
I
trans
get
because of
that.
that.
I get that. I don't ask those questions because I don't think
Right.
in that way. I don't.
He's saying
Well,
why
you
are
do
other
think a
people
little
having
bit
an
differently.
issue with it? Yeah.
You have already asked a lot of questions, and you have a very inquisitive mind. A lot of people just want to be left alone, go about their day, and are.
Well, I'm only thinking about the way I used to think about things and the way I think about things now. You know, are
Oh God, the
totally,
way I used, dude,
totally different.
the way I used to think about things, it was like abortion is like the one of the ultimate sins against God, and I was a raging homophobe as a kid.
Oh, forget it. No,
And
that wasn't me.
I got out of that shit, and guess what? No longer a homophobe. Realized that religion is bullshit. Realized that I have no right to tell women what the fuck to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let them live their lives.
I like that
right?
last one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better not.
You know, I'll even admit to, and I've said this before.
Yes,
you know,
babe.
as being a gay man, when I came out in the early 2000s, you know, I personally never saw anyone in middle school coming out as gay. It just didn't happen, at least not that I'm aware of. And I had even my own biases. I thought that drag queens were cross-dressers and trans people only. That's what I thought they were. I never viewed them as someone who just likes to perform and wants to perform, and that's the way they can do it. That's how it is for some of them.
Yeah.
And the more I acknowledged myself, I realized the difference between trans people, and I realized the difference between drag queens, and I realized the difference between, you know, pansexuals and asexuals, and more things came about. And it's knowledge. Once you learn more, you understand it better. And so even I had biases, you know, growing up and coming into the community. There's times in the community right now that I don't like being a part of the LGBTQ community, but that's because the group of people here where I live, who are more prominent in the community aren't very good people, if I'm being blunt. Whereas there's plenty of people here in the cities that don't involve themselves in the community that are LGBTQ plus that are amazing people. So it's biases on what you're surrounded by and what you grew up in, and can you break the mindset? And that's the biggest thing. Break the mindset of the stereotype you have in your head.
See, I feel very fortunate that I grew up of what I try my best to not be offensive to say, but a bingo collection of just anything and everyone. You know, like of all different walks of life because of the city I grew up in. But not only that, but my dad, like my first ever form of demonstration was a pride march in my mom's womb. You know, like I was brought up part of like trying my best. Well, my parents, let me just restart that. I grew up with my parents trying their best with introducing me to different people and culture and of all different walks of life. So I feel very lucky that I never grew up to turn around and look at somebody and go, oh, they're this or they're that or this is that and blah, 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 like, and start categorizing. It wasn't till I was actually in primary school till I had them inkling thoughts because of what other people were saying. This is this is that. No, you can't play with them. I went, but I've got cars at home. No, you can't play with them. They're boys' toys. You need to play with the Barbies. Well, typical me just made them kiss. So, like, it didn't help any much. But what I'm trying to say is, if we just try our best to not try and place people into the categories in the first place, there would be minimalized problems.
Right.
Like, I don't believe that there's certain things that certain people should be like.
Yeah, where you're born and your upbringing, I think, plays a huge role. You know, I was born in a small state in the United States here, North Dakota. It's very rural, and it's very heteronormative, and so you're brought up, you know, like you wear and play with the male toys, and you know, if you're female, you play and look like the female and stuff like that. There wasn't much diversity. And the way I kind of see it is, it's the same as, you know, if you're born in another country, quite literally, the family you're born into and where you're born plays a big role in your life as far as religion goes and as far as what you're willing to accept. And so it's the same thing, you know, like no different than a country that's very dominantly Christian, and then they see a country that's very dominantly Muslim, and they don't understand it. They don't get it, you know, and so then both parties, you know, on each side start to almost demonize, and that's the problem with the LGBTQ community too, is depending on where you're brought up, I feel also determines a huge role as to how your mentality is, because you're not exposed to something to understand it properly.
100%. I do agree with you.
I say it's all tribalism.
Exactly.
Tribalism.
Yep.
I do feel lucky that I had the upbringing I did. I mean, none of it ever mattered. I mean, my parents created a system where so-called godparents, but they weren't religious, so to speak. I was kind of brought up pagan, but not wholeheartedly. So my dad's mom was Jehovah's Witness, and my mom's mom was Catholic. So, so that was their upbringings. And as you can imagine, it wasn't ideal. It wasn't until they moved, like, till they slowly opened their eyes to then create the situation so that I was born with them open to the best of my ability and to the best of their ability. But I think all we can do is try, and I hold my hands up. Occasionally I do accidentally use wrong pronouns, and I do not intend to do it. I mean, I feel like some people try and say that they're so perfect with these things, but that also alienates people that makes the mistakes, that can't say sorry and just be like, oh, I'm really sorry, I did not mean that. Like,
okay, I was waiting for you to...
Sorry?
I didn't want to interrupt you because you have such a sweet voice, and I absolutely love it and adore it. No, you're right on that, though. It's...
Excuse me. Who's got the vibrator on?
Sorry.
Everyone. You mean you don't have yours on?
No.
I thought it was mandatory.
Oh,
yeah, it is.
Damn it.
Oh, wait. Let me go get mine.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But going back to the misgendering or mispronouns or anything like that, people will make mistakes. It's easy. I've had people ask me what's my favorite color, and I've gone red. No, blue, purple. And I've made my own mistakes on something that's a personal preference on things that everybody knows. So making a slip up every once in a while is okay. Just go, oh, sorry, I meant to say this. And then just carry on with the conversation, or just, oops, sorry, this, and then carry on. You don't have to make a scene or a big thing about it, and you're human. Humans are flawed. Just accept it. just show that you're trying. That's all this means.
Yeah.
I
That's
have corrected.
sorry.
I
my
have
bad.
corrected. I have
Yeah.
corrected young of a library when they misgendered themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm guilty of doing that.
yeah, it happened.
So it's perfectly fine if people misgender every once in a while. The only thing that's being asked is just please try to make an effort to do it correctly, and if you do, just say sorry and carry on. Don't make a big thing of it.
I mean,
Yeah.
because of how my brain works, I sometimes call my dad she, and my dad is he, him pronouns, and always has been for me.
I've done
Tusk
that
as
with a
well.
lot of people.
I do that quite frequently to people that I've always known that have been the same gender for the entire time, or and I feel like I'm in a little awkward position where I'm not exactly entirely sure what my pronouns are half the time, so I'm like I never know like how to deal with that for myself.
Yeah.
Which then like has this all buzzing around in my little head, and then I just call Tusk, who is he, him, she, and occasionally my girlfriend, which Tusk is not my girlfriend. Tusk is my partner or boyfriend, as you know Tusk, and that's certainly not the case.
Right. I usually just fall back strictly on they them if I don't know someone's gender or what they go by, especially like on YouTube here. You can't tell
Yeah.
just by someone's screen name, so I'll just be like, oh yeah, they were a part of the group, or did you invite them? Usually I'll stick with the they them pronouns until told otherwise what they prefer.
Everything Tanner just said, literally, like
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Just use they them. It's easier. It takes less brain thought.
I've been trying my best to do that from now on. Like it's sometimes a little bit tricky.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is.
But I think the worst part is that I've done it to Tusk, and
Hey, cheese.
and I know Tusk real good.
Hello, Cheesemondo.
Well, I've always wondered about was it my upbringing? Was it genetics? What was it that made me what I am?
A lot
And I
of
think
practice.
I guess it's a combination of those things, right? I mean, it's
Yes,
not
genetics, it's
What
hormones.
made you is your parents got together one night.
Was that the
Don't-
kind where they do the special hug?
Yes, the
Don't-
vertical lay down special hug,
Don't
or the horizontal lay down special hug.
don't tell Sam that. Don't get him going.
what was that? Insert and squirt. Is that what
Next tattoo.
Is
Next.
that what
Yo!
I warned you guys.
Is that
I warned you all.
We're not talking about that. Oh, come on.
Oh.
See,
Yeah,
Sam, it has to do with happy time between your parents.
Jeez.
Well, it's a mix of so many things. It's upbringing. It's who you surround yourself with. It's genetics. It's many things.
Yes.
What things you watch and what things you view. If you tend to watch more right wing media, you're more apt to not.
Yeah, but I don't
agree with-
people.
Okay,
Don't
Sam, you find
What?
a biology course.
Biology.
Yes, and then once you've done that, take a sociology course.
Yeah, find a
The
biology
basics.
class
The
that
basics.
doesn't
It'll explain
involve
everything about the happy time,
birds and the bees.
birds and the bees growing in the womb, the mother's hormones affecting the baby, that type of thing. And then once you get out, to the place, then society takes over, and influences you.
So the reason why when you're born and the doctor spanks you on the butt is he's not trying to make the baby cry. He's trying to make the baby fart. If the fart comes up, you're going to be a gay bottom. If your fart comes up, you're probably going to be, just you might be anything.
Tell people that they might believe it.
I don't know about that one. Citation required. Citation required.
And peer-reviewed citations, please.
Yeah, none of that hokey fanokey citation stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
because I made it up.
Hey, it had to come from somewhere. Somebody had to make it up at some point. Somebody. So you're not half wrong.
Right. I'm gonna get an audio recording of that part right there. I'm not half wrong, and so anytime people say, you're wrong, I'll be like, nope, listen to this. I'm only half wrong.
Yeah, what's that timestamp? Someone timestamp that.
Okay, we're at what? About a minute? About a minute. An hour and 20 minutes, right?
Has it been?
Mhm.
Oh, good. Well, there's a lot to talk about, especially like for people like me. I've lived my whole life as a cis male, and that's all I know. I mean, I've seen other things. I know there's other things. I just never think about it. It's not even something that comes up in my.
Well, I got a question for you. So, have you ever seen the comedian Ron White?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So
Who doesn't love tater salad?
Yeah. If you know the scene or the skit in there, like I can prove that every guy who thinks they're straight is a little bit gay. And have you heard this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard it. Yeah.
So if you
Does it involve Pornhub?
Yeah, sure. And the question is, well, if you're watching a porno and you're straight, would you rather see a small flaccid penis, penetrating a woman, or would you rather see a big hard cock penetrating a woman? And usually, you want to see the big hard cock. Well, there you go. You're a little bit gay because you'd rather see the bigger dick than the small one.
I don't know.
One girl by herself.
I don't know about
What's
that.
that say about me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
I
we need
don't
to
know.
bring some humor into it.
Hello, Morton. We just saw Morton walk by.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello.
And I swear I keep on hearing I don't know, a Sibian going off in the background. What's going on there?
Not me.
Not me.
What are you talking about?
It ain't me.
What is that?
I used to have a sound bite of jackhammers.
I'm not having any orgasm, so whoever has the
I was told the batteries were dead in that.
I don't know. Micro was pretty quiet for a bit there. I don't know what she was really doing.
But battery technology has advanced a lot.
Yeah.
I was listening.
Your micro.
Actually, we're just kind of feeling left out.
Raisins in chat, it happens.
Jesus, it's cold out there. Please close the door. My feet are getting cold.
No.
That's why I'm sitting on mine, because they're like little icicles right now, because it's snowing outside here.
Thank God you continued that sentence. Otherwise, I was just like, what?
So that's where the noise is coming from.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're so cute.
I adore you. I adore you so much.
Oh, no, please don't.
What's Chase doing?
Sorry?
Where's Chase?
Where's Chase? He's at work. What I do on my own time when he's there is none of your business.
Oh.
But we like
thought
to
maybe-
watch.
Maybe he was
Unless
having fun
he's
with that.
making you into a drag.
Right?
Which
Oh,
you,
I
by the
saw
way,
you
look
watch
fucking
that.
gorgeous.
Once we got the second wig on, it looked better. The first wig that he put on was not.
Yeah,
so great.
I kind of get why you were laughing that hard.
I saw
And
that.
when you got
I saw
the
that.
second on, I was just like, oh my god, is that Torch Billing?
I saw that. It was very interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That was like the third time he put me in drag makeup, and so we thought, well, why not? A lot of people were kind of asking questions in previous streams, so we were like, let's just do it. I didn't expect it to go for 2.5 hours. Usually he could get the makeup on me within an hour, but I think we were just too busy talking and engaging with the audience that more time passed than we expected.
I also want to know, like, how he managed just to do it within an hour, because, like, I'm hitting on 3 hours, and it is the most frustrating thing. But then again, it's different kind of drag, and I have to put my beard on with a dot. So
Yeah. Well, and then he's not used to doing it on someone else, so that was probably weird too, to try to do makeup on a person that's not himself.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I mean, I shaved my beard a little today. Boy, that's about all I can handle. I mean,
You're telling me I had to shave my face for that, and I hate shaving.
all I did was put a number 3 blade on and went over my face. That's too much for me to handle. Drag? How am I going to do that?
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry.
You can do your drag and have a beard. Like, you don't have to. You can mix it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a few bearded drag queens here in the cities, and they're more comedic, but man, are they hilarious!
Oh my god, bearded dragons. No. Sorry.
What?
Really, Linda? Really?
What? What?
She said the bearded dragons.
Bearded dragons.
Never mind me. I'll go back to the corner. Hi.
How do you?
No, you don't. You get back here.
I
You.
couldn't pull that off. I'm not. I don't have the personality to pull off drag with a beard.
We don't know that.
Huh?
I bet we throw you in some drag makeup with that beard, and a whole persona would come out that you would not expect.
I mean, even me, who has the tiniest kitten heels, I know it's not drag, but as soon, like, I never normally wear makeup, but as soon as, like, I have to go to a wedding and they're like, you're a bridesmaid, get in this dress, behave like this, blah blah blah, I just create a whole persona for just that night, and I.
Whoa! Someone went into ultra high mode. Wow.
Oh dear.
Overdrive.
Well, at least I guess we'll know you're at the end.
Yes. I don't know.
Bye.
Someone-
I'm gonna get you one of those.
Oh my.
That'd be interesting to see. I don't think anything would come of it, but if I was put in drag,
It's as soon as the heel goes on and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, yes.
There is something to say about it, because it's like, I don't do drag, but when I was put in the drag makeup, as my fiance Chase would put it, oh, you start to feel it. And a persona comes out of you that you wouldn't realize is there, and you just start to play the character.
So
and
you
what
were
that character
feeling it?
might be, you don't know. What's that?
You were feeling it?
Oh, I was feeling it.
I guess I have
You
to.
did a bit of Cookie and
Yeah.
Yeah,
a bit of phrasing there.
Yeah. It's
See,
just it's like it's just something gets pulled out that you didn't realize was there, and so you're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do drag makeup to feel the way that Ed said when you look in the mirror and go, yes, I do that. When I put on makeup, I'm just like, whoa, you look sexy, girl.
I wish I had that, unless it was like because yeah, when I'm my drag persona, I get that, but then but normally I tend not to have like so-called gendered clothing because I don't feel comfortable in feminine clothes or female presenting clothes, so I don't normally get that. And then like I'll put on a dress and I hate every minute of it, and then like I turn into this strange creature that's like, I'm now gonna like hold my purse like in my little crook of my arm and like trot like something out of Mean Girls and decide that's my life for the day. It feels like it feels like I've turned into like, I know it's not drag makeup, but I do put on makeup. It feels like I've turned into like this caricature of what I feel like I should be behaving like, because now I'm in this clothes that I don't identify with, so therefore I have to behave like a mean girl. And honestly, the amount of times I've told the bride to shut up, get in the car, loser, we're going shopping, is ridiculous. As a joke, by the way, not actually meaning it. Like,
yeah.
It's a very strange position to be in.
Well, I don't know. I've always, I don't know. I never felt that way. I don't know. Like I don't put clothes on because I feel a certain way. I mean, I don't know. Is it weird? I don't know. I just put on a shirt. I just put on a shirt and.
Well, I'll put it this way. Let's say, you know, you dressed up in Halloween costumes before, right? And you put on the Halloween makeup, you put on the Halloween costume, and you look in the mirror and say you're Dracula, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're going blah blah blah, you know, and you're just in that you're in that moment, you know, and it's the same thing like with drag. You'd be like, I don't know if I'd be a great drag person, but you put the drag makeup on, and suddenly.
I guess
you're that character, no different than the Halloween costume.
Yeah, something's got to happen.
It's very weird.
Something's got to happen. I mean, if I do that much of a change, if I look in the mirror, something's got to come out of that, right? I mean,
for sure. Well, it's the heels in the handbag that really just does it. As soon as they go on, you start walking, and then your hand starts going onto your hip.
You don't know. You might look in the mirror and you might be like, "I'd do me. Would you do me?" That's around.
I don't think I could do heels though.
I couldn't do heels. How people do heels is beyond me. I commend people who do heels.
I can't do heels.
That's
my
like
heels
stilts.
under an inch. Just throwing that out there.
That's like wearing. Yeah, that's like wearing stilts.
Mm.
No, it's not. 6 inches when it starts feeling like stilts.
6 inches is when it starts feeling like stilts.
Yeah.
Fraser.
Right.
Oh my god. I walked into that one.
6 inches starts to get uncomfortable. I just don't know if I can do the 6 inches.
Does it not also depend on the girth of the heel?
Oh my
What are they mowing the lawn now?
Woo! What lawn?
Someone's mowing the lawn.
Damn, that's a buff.
Mowing the lawn.
Sounds like a leaf blower. Someone's having a good time.
Blowing leaves.
Leaf blower.
Leafs is what I call my nuts.
I am a leaf on the and then something.
A leaf on the wind, man. Just a
Yeah.
leaf on the wind.
Oh, my cheeks hurt now.
Oh,
I'm just trying not to do a horrific nose snort laugh, so I'm like, there.
Gotta put your fingers up your nose.
Well, you should watch. There we go. Watch last week's episode where I nearly fell down my chair laughing so hard at Joshua. I was just like, no, I can't.
That's great.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That's it. I'm out. the chair just went down. I was like, no! Stop it. You're killing me. That's
but it
right.
worked out.
Jeez.
It worked out.
Yeah.
It all worked out in the end.
It's going to shake loose more than teeth.
Yeah. Might
Shake
check
loose.
your internal
What's
organ.
going on over there, Raisin?
I have no idea because I've never had this problem before, and the only thing I can think of is it's the fan from my laptop blowing right in my face. It keeps turning off and on.
It sounds like heavy machinery.
I know, it's incredibly loud. I have no idea what my spouse did to it.
You
the
guys,
other
you
day.
don't realize laptop is not her computer.
Oh, oh my god. Tanner. I do have a laptop, thank you.
What is that? It sounds like an engine.
Yeah, that's actually the fan coming from the side of the laptop. Seriously, I'm waiting for it to turn off.
It's like 6 cylinders.
No, 6 inches.
6 inches.
I was waiting for that.
Does it come with attachments? I mean, what's going on?
Plug and play. Wow.
Wow, what brand of laptop is that?
Master 18,000.
It's an HP. Her pleasure.
Yes.
That's pretty good there, Raisin. Hey, if my computer could do that, I wouldn't go anywhere. That's what they all say, right? That's what
Oh wow. We broke Linda.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
She has to cuddle Milo just for comfort.
Cute.
Oh,
I can't believe that. That's a lot.
No animals. No
Yeah.
animals involved in this.
yeah, it's a quote laptop.
That's a hard limit.
There's a dog here. I'm now heavily distracted, and that's all I'm going to think about.
Pup ears.
Oh,
His little tiny feet.
oh.
Milo is adorable, isn't he?
Very.
There is.
I love
Very.
him.
Like my
Cutie.
like
The
my
little
little
cute.
min pin. Except yours
Ah.
looks young. Mine's old and gray.
How
Now,
old
I
is
heard a
yours?
rumor that Milo's going to be getting a companion here soon.
Yes.
Oh?
Really?
Yeah, he's getting
Yes.
a little sister.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Okay, now, when you say little,
wait. That little sister is already
Bigger
bigger
than
than my
him.
own.
yeah.
a little sister.
Yeah.
A little big sister.
A little big sister.
Oh, that's what I am.
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm a,
Well,
yeah, no.
you lick
I'm
that
a,
finger. Okay.
Hey,
okay.
Raisin, why does that sound muffled now? What's going on there?
Like I said, it keeps turning on and off, and the fan finally turned off.
Huh.
I've never heard anything like
Look,
that.
I am on a call with you guys.
What?
Those things are reserved
What?
for when I'm talking to Chrissy. No, stop.
Sam, that's when you take a laptop, rip out the batteries, hook up wires directly to the main, and then hit it with about 440 volts. That's like
Save words. Save words.
Supercharged.
those are not fans; those are turbines, man.
Supercharge that mother hupper.
Oh, no. Do we pink in his ears?
Slap some nitro on that.
Oh.
Slap some micro.
Oh yeah, those fans have got like afterburners, man.
Yeah.
I went from almost wetting myself laughing to like
Crazy.
too cute out by talk now. I'm like, oh, look at it existing. His little face and his feet and his ears and his eyes and his fluff.
Do I look like I can share any pictures right now?
No,
So cute.
don't disturb the puppy.
Dog is more important.
No, dog
Yeah.
must stay there
Kind
now.
of like
forever.
laying here relaxing.
No.
Little ear twist.
This
I'm gonna have to
dream,
mute for a bit while I just
Okay,
squeal at
Those of
cuteness
you
because I
who
can't.
don't know how old he is,
this
What
dream
would
will end when the dog is ready to leave.
Is he a little boy?
How old?
Hmm?
How old is the dog? How old is the new dog?
The new
new
dog.
dog.
New dog. It's like 6
Weeks.
weeks.
Oh,
A wee one.
Little puppy. They're always puppies.
even no sit yet or ABC, just no sleep and eat. Oh, see, you've lost me now. This is, I'm gone.
What?
It's turned into the doggy hour.
Yeah, literally, like when Sky Tanner had his dog, I was like, does it owl?
And then they do it.
Your dog was laying on the laptop yesterday, I saw.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
Oh.
couldn't cope.
Which one?
My little long-haired chihuahua, he likes to sit next to me on the couch, and I had my laptop there, and he was laying on the laptop like he wanted to be a part of the conversation, but he started falling asleep.
Oh no.
And he started dreaming, and his little legs were twitching, and
Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna break me. Honestly, farmers like cat will come in and I'm gone. I'm like, everybody stop. The cat.
Oh.
I think his is it Squeak?
That's
I
cute.
can't remember. But it would just squeak and I'll be like, oh my goodness.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's because I
Hi.
don't have any furry animals at the moment.
Hello, Purple.
Hi, Purple.
Hello, Purple.
Oh.
You missed
I
the
got
fun just a bit ago.
some of my.
But that's okay. You could go back and watch it later.
Yeah, exactly.
You can watch me disappear.
It'll be available.
I do magic.
We broke her.
The
She
dog
laughed
came
so
in
hard she went
because I
into
was
another
laughing
like
so
dimension
hard.
and came back.
Yeah, the dog came in because I was laughing so much. Are you okay, mommy?
So
Oh my goodness.
that's good. Wait, isn't there normally a wheel?
On
Yeah.
the dog?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, yeah, but
Like I said, I popped in a little late, but
there was
Well,
so much to talk about on this. Well, yeah, we were supposed to be talking about a particular subject, but
Yeah,
we
the
never.
wheel, I didn't really. I couldn't come up with a topic list for that, and I don't.
What's the topic? Where did Raisin buy her vibrator?
My God.
She bought it from HP. Remember?
Oh no, my heart.
Oh,
Is that the
That's
little poopy?
Milo's little big sister.
Oh, look at that one.
Is
So
she a
cute.
Huh?
Is she a shepherd?
Yes.
Oh no, she's got one little
is.
floppy ear.
Yeah, one of her ears started to stand up.
Oh my goodness.
Look at those
We're gonna
eyes.
see you tomorrow.
Oh no. I can't. Like, I'm now lost in like cute dog world now. Oh.
So that's the new puppy,
Yeah, that Kaya.
or
Kaya.
should I say poopy? Not puppy.
It's a poopy?
Kaya.
Puppy. It's a poopy.
Kaya.
Hi, Morton.
It's
Hi, Morton.
Morton. Morton's going.
Only kid for me.
Morton. Here's a kiss for you, Morton.
So, that random awkward silence after a good laugh.
Yeah.
No, I'm sad
what's
the dog's away.
What was the topic before I yoked it away?
What was it?
The intended topic.
Oh, the intended topic was
Yeah.
LGBT plus.
Rainbow. Just say rainbow.
Rainbow
Connection.
Rainbow connection.
Or the alphabet mafia.
Yeah.
I love both them terms. But also I don't speak for the whole community.
Well, you ever hear those people that say, "Hey, how come there ain't no heterosexual Pride Day?"
Well, you
You ever
don't
hear?
need it.
Yeah. Like they think that that's a thing. Like, what are you talking about? You ever hear people who say that?
Yeah, that was a big thing over here in the States a few years ago.
Yeah, where they
It was like a decade
Stupid.
ago or something.
Yeah, and it was stupid.
It doesn't make much sense. It's
It
not
was-
like you've been kicked down the stairs and spat on and told you
Right.
should exist because you're straight.
Well, what made me actually laugh is that they chose to have a baby blue and bright pink colored flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was their actual flag.
The one I saw looked pretty much more like a Trump parade than a straight Pride parade. But yeah, it's pretty much like if you're marginalized and had no rights for the longest time and were killed for being straight and you had to overcome a lot of things, then maybe, but no, you never had to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
I would say at least Stockholm Pride is more sort of a celebration of, well, it's becoming more and more at least a celebration of the variety of human sexuality and gender identity.
Right.
So I think that at least when in the Pride Parade in Stockholm, you kind of have a room for straight people too. It's just that it's a very small one because it's sort of becoming about celebrating differences.
Yeah, and I think that's what it should be. The like Pride events to me is celebrating the acceptance of all of humanity, no matter what you are.
Yeah.
So it's not even about being gay.
Not
I mean,
to me,
not really. I mean, how a lot of it started was because of trans people and drag queens, right? That's where it mostly stemmed from, with Stonewall, the drag queens and the trans people causing the riot, and so as more groups find themselves out and everything else like that, then yeah, it's I don't see it strictly as a gay thing. It's a variety of different things.
Well, I see it from my point of view. I see it as a human rights issue.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah.
Because I believe people should be treated equally, no matter what gender or how they identify.
If you're
in Denmark, it's called
that's the only thing
Pride.
you need to know.
Say again?
Here in Denmark, it's called Pride.
Yeah. Okay.
And what did you say, Raisin?
If you're a human, then you're a human, and that's all I have to care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's what really, when comes down to brass tacks, so to speak. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I tell people, when it comes to me, like, my being gay, well, I'm actually, I would say I'm pan, because I'm open to relationships with anyone of any gender, but I usually just say gay. It's the easiest way, and because mostly dated males. But I say that's only like 1% of my identity, and so being in the LGBTQ community, it's what I'm a part of, but it's not my identity. My identity is, I like fish tanks, I like my dogs, I like building rockets, I like flying drones, I like skydiving. That makes me up, not my sexuality.
Yeah, I was okay with everything up until the point where you jump out of a perfectly good airplane. The rest is totally acceptable, but what are you
Next thing you know, we're going to
Yeah.
start demanding rights, Government, we'll make it a religion. Government recognize the skydiving religion.
I really do want
Skydivers now must marry the planes that they jump from.
Yep.
hey, if you can't marry the plane you jump out of, who can you marry?
You can marry one of the persons that jumps out with you.
Well, I mean, I guess you could consider it kind of like a marriage, because you're always trying to get away from it.
Tanner, I want to tell Chase that.
Yeah.
Chase, I don't want to marry a plane.
Well, this is an interesting topic. I mean, there's just so much to discuss. I mean, I don't like to get political or anything like that, but there's a lot of political implications,
Yes.
So
it is politics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I thought of politics.
I like to tease, in the States, at least, it's been the Christians that have kind of been more outspoken as far as the LGBTQ community. And so I like to play the devil's advocate sometimes. And I will be like, how do you know that God did not put gay people or trans people or queer people or whatever on this planet to test you, to see how you are going to respond to his creation?
Yeah.
And you are now basically demonizing one of God's creations, and so you are failing his test.
That's fucking brilliant.
That's the way I like to go about it, and it comes with many subjects. You can use it on a lot of different things. You follow this religion that claims you're supposed to love and not pass judgment, and then follow in Jesus's footsteps. And he hung out with people that would not be considered proper at the time. You know, he hung out with a lot of the people that were outcasts. So that would be my thing is what if this is a test and you are failing at it miserably?
Yeah.
You know, and then I even will go so far as, you know, I'm not saying that this part I believe, but it's also one of those things where if you want to go into the religion, it's like, well, how do you know God didn't put gay people on this planet for population control? Because all you breeders like to screw like rabbits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like the world is having an overpopulation problem, and it's not the gay people's fault.
yeah. If it wasn't for straight people, there wouldn't be gay people.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then you have to say, like, how do you like them apples?
Yeah. That's good.
I like apples.
I like turtles.
Turtle.
Turtle, it's a turtle.
Turtle.
What happened?
I don't. That
I
happens
like
to Sam every once in a while.
Yeah.
He just
No, that's a YouTube video that this reporter went to a fair, and there was this little boy there, and she said, "How do you like the fair? Are you having a good time?" And she put the microphone in the little kid's mouth, and the kid went, "I like turtles."
Yeah, that's right. I've seen that. He's dressed up in the zombie face and whatnot.
Yeah, he's got the zombie face.
I like
That's all he.
turtles.
That's all he said. That's all he had to say.
Children are honestly the things they say. On the subject, but not on the subject. I remember when I was little, because we were talking about pride and this sort of thing. There was a gentleman who was very close friends with my dad, and because my family are all bikers, he was a little bit nervous to tell my dad that he was gay.
Mhm.
But he came to our city when Pride was here, and he said, "Oh, I'm just going to go out." And obviously, my dad knew what he was going to do. Like, he was going to go to Pride.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything because it wasn't for my dad to say. You know, he was like, he'll tell me when he's ready. And me, in the morning, as a little girl, he was on the pull-up couch bed, absolutely covered in glitter. You know? And I was just like, Dad, your friend is the most prettiest man I've ever seen in my life. My dad was just like, damn it, now I have to have the conversation. You know, so then I just kind of associated him with just being a very glittery man, and then it made me quite frustrated next time I seen him that was not his existence. He was not but this was like, I was like 5, you know, like very little.
Oh yes, glitter.
Yeah, wow. He's a man, princess man. He's a prince. You know, like really excited. No, he was just at this place that we took you one time when you were little and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's the impression. The impressions we get are funny sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd have to say I was very disappointed. The next gay gentleman I met was not covered in glitter.
I could see that.
You're not sparkly. I don't like you.
Like, yeah, why do you not sparkle, huh?
Yeah.
I might have to go for a teeny weeny bit to say goodbye to Morten.
Okay.
You mean to
Just going to
snog
work.
Morten? You're gonna snog him, aren't you?
Wouldn't you like to know, huh?
Yes, I'm writing a book.
Aren't you gonna have?
Yes.
Aren't you gonna have goodbye sex?
No time.
The see you later sex.
We'll wait.
That's why she's turning the camera off. It's that
Oh
quick.
no!
Oh, was that
Oh,
was
Don't
that a
forget the
preview?
audio.
Keeps the microphone keeps the microphone plugged in and on live. So yeah.
So, what do you guys think of Mormon underwear? Any thoughts on
certainly
that?
interesting.
I think my brother looks stupid in it. He just looks.
He has the Mormon underwear.
Yeah,
Oh.
it just looks so silly.
What is the Mormon underwear? I missed this one.
Special
Oh,
pants, magic special pants.
Oh.
yeah,
Magic
and his
underwear
shirt. Yeah, it's magic underwear.
protects you. It protects you.
Yeah, from
Can
what?
you only-
From
can you only
what?
see
I
if
don't
you
know.
put them in a hat?
No, there's no hat,
No,
Oh.
it's just the underwear.
but that's
Well,
a good idea.
Can you only see them if you put them in a hat with the magic seer stones?
Oh, that's something you'd have to ask a Mormon. I don't know. Did you say at a hat?
Put them in a hat. put them in a hat with seer stones.
Oh, okay.
See, I always kind of liked the sort of white shirt hat look. I always thought that was real cute. And then I was like, oh, that's a thing. I never realized it was a thing, but it's the little hat. And like, but then it kind of also reminds me a little bit of Children of the Corn-esque situation. You know, with the hat and the white shirt and the. But
Yeah,
apparently, my dad said that when I was younger, every Halloween I would beg to be a Mormon because of the clothes. Because I just wanted to wear them clothes, but I specifically wanted to be a guy. That was apparently the. But I was not allowed because you can't just take somebody's like religion and dress up as it. Like, well, I suppose you can, but my dad said it was not wise.
That seems a little rude, yeah.
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 But I still want the hat. Definitely. This one, wear the whole shebang.
Ooh, a quickie, huh? Okay.
It's a quickie. What?
Nothing.
You say goodbye. You go, bye, honey. And you go, Morgan comes home. You go, oh, hi, honey. I mean, I don't know. Let's
Are
see.
you
That's my thinking.
assuming things again?
See, and I think Miga's rubbing off on me.
Oh my
I
gosh.
didn't know you guys were in the same room.
Join me in the gutter, pal. Just join me. Take
I
my
know.
hand. Come
Yeah.
down. It's fine
Come
here.
with us in the gut.
Normally, I wouldn't have those kind of thoughts. So I don't know, Miga.
I thought he said he was rubbing one off on you.
I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know you swung that way.
No, that's
Amiga.
not
Is
what I-
there something you're not telling me? What are you doing
Wait,
there?
I knew that beard was white for a reason.
Oh, wait a minute. Why am I the butt of the joke?
I can't breathe.
Ow. Now the doggy is concerned about me again. Are you okay, Mom? you sound kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go again. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh my God. Yeah. Straight down laughing lane.
I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? What was I saying?
You asked if you were the one.
Sometimes that happens, man.
Yeah.
I have to go and get something to drink. It's getting hot in
What he
here.
was going to say. All the blood
Oh,
rushed to his different
yeah.
head when he heard about rubbing one off on him.
No, that's not what I said. I have to go to the bathroom, but I'll be right back.
Clean himself up.
Clean up on all five.
Oh God, my cheeks do hurt though today from laughing now.
My eyes are tearing like ridiculously.
Yep. 100%. Too good. So that happened.
And returns a dazed and confused Linda.
Don't let that innocent voice fool you.
Huh?
I said, don't let that innocent voice fool you.
What innocent voice? I know what she said.
I nearly had an accident.
Is that what they call that in Denmark?
That armrest was pretty close to my bum.
Welcome back.
Yes.
I was kind of like, "What you doing?" Oh, this is the armrest. Okay.
Oh, I was thinking about it, and I actually did say that.
My bum?
What is it? Rubbing off. He's rubbing off on me.
That's what I'm saying.
I did actually say that.
Oh.
But that's not what I meant.
Are you sure that's not what you meant?
Yes, like a
Positive.
Freudian slip there.
No, it wasn't a Freudian slip either.
Thing fall down, go boom.
That's what do they call that?
A Freudian slip.
No,
So why is Linda jumping out of her chair and like poking at things?
I don't know.
What?
Calling a laptop, not hiding the truth.
I kind of
There are no secrets on this show, are there?
Maybe someone is rubbing off on Linda.
Whoa.
Woohoo!
As I look around the room. What?
We don't know what's under the desk.
Amiga wishing he was there.
Yep.
Hey, I was on Purple Stream yesterday, and they asked me about the TM. They asked me if I had anything to shill, and I shilled the TMI show.
Nice.
And I gave them all the times. I had a list of times all the way to like Singapore.
It was epic. It was epic, Sam.
Wow.
Epic.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I told
yet.
them if they lived in on the East Coast, I told them what time it was. If the West Coast, I told them what time it was. If they lived in Central, I told them what time it was. If they lived in Germany, I told them what time it was. If it was in London, I told them what time it was. And even if it was in Singapore, and I even mentioned Rio de Janeiro. If someone was in, even gave them the time. If you lived in Rio de Janeiro, when to tune in to watch the TMI show. I guess you had to be there. Because how do you know? I don't know. People may want to tune in from Rio, right? They got to know what time to tune in, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Well,
What?
so, yeah. That's why I gave him the info.
I might have to pop off soon because I
Oh,
got
yeah.
a premiere that's going on at 2:30, and I got to get the dogs out potty. It's been so bloody cold here. We had a high of like minus 27 degrees Celsius the other day, which is like minus 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And these poor guys, I have to take them out like every 2 or 3 hours because they're out there for like 5 minutes and their paws start freezing up. Poor little guys.
Milo's the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to take care of the animals.
And I just say, you don't have to go far. Just go to the corner of the fence and pee and come back.
Yeah. That's the problem here is living in an apartment. They go outside and they start sniffing all the other dogs, like pee and poops out there that they forget to do it themselves. The next thing you know, they're freezing up. And so then we got to go back in and then try to go out again, you know, a little bit later as they warm up.
Slightly odd thing, but still, I somehow feel like I need to say it. There's a YouTuber I watch, Glam and Gore, and she has 2 little Alaskan Clique eyes, and they use the litter box.
Yeah.
On the balcony, so like she just puts them in the little litter box.
They ding when they want to go out.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I tried to teach my rats that, but it didn't work. They were stubborn.
My min pin used to use a litter box that was like the doggy litter where it's like pellets of newspaper that's finely packed it together or whatever. And he got used to using that, but then once I moved into a different place, it was a bit smaller that I couldn't really have a litter box out for him. And then the other dogs ended up like peeing on the sides of it instead of going in it. So take them out.
Cool.
So
that's an interesting idea, though.
And then you can buy a spray that like, so how I train them is I would spray this thing that it kind of like makes them want to mark or pee in a certain area. So I would spray a little bit of that on the newspaper in the litter box, and so then it, you know, like I said, it makes them kind of want to pee on that spot, and that's how he got trained with it.
Because I know some people train their cats and dogs to use the toilet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's like, wow. Huh?
See, my auntie's chihuahua, she would say, "Go do a wee," and they would run to the door and they would go outside and go to the toilet. I don't even know how she managed that, but one obviously learned off the other one, like the oldest.
Yeah.
And then they all just kind of do a wee, and then they all go pee. I don't know, like literally, like automatic. I don't get it.
That's fantastic.
And one of them, you can tell, you go, right, okay, go boobies, and she would just shut her eyes and literally just fall asleep. And I don't understand. Like you like she'd pretend to be asleep, but so much so that she just went asleep.
Wow.
So strange things that dogs do. But she'd also check on the kids as well. She was really well trained.
That's fantastic. I think that's pretty cool.
You'd say, "Go see babies."
Milo knows loads of words.
Oh wow, what words?
Yeah, but they're all Danish.
Speak.
Oh yeah.
And food and
Make them speak.
Mommy, Daddy, hug. He knows the word hug.
Oh, the best word. The only word a dog should know. Hug.
Yeah.
Just love.
Yeah.
So.
Can you make them speak?
Just when you talk to him, then he gets it.
Well,
Does he?
He can
Does
speak.
he?
He can do that on his own. I don't have to make him. Hvad siger du? Hvad har du at sige? Yeah.
Oh. There you go.
Cutest little bark.
There you go.
all right, guys. Well, like I said, I'm gonna head out here. Thank you for having me on. I'm gonna quick get these guys out, and then my video premieres at 2:30. I'm gonna have a longer version of it come out like over the weekend or something if you guys are interested in that. So thanks for having me on, and thanks for the great conversation and good laughs.
Oh.
My cheeks are going to be hurting the whole rest of the day.
Take care, Tanner.
Nice talking to you.
Thanks, Tanner.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Send
See
Chase
you.
my love.
I
Okay.
will.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Tanner.
Bye.
Yeah, I watched Tanner's stream last night. I think Chase was playing some kind of game. I forget which one it was.
Yeah.
Which game it was.
Yeah.
Jack's free. Or-
Yeah,
I don't
something.
know.
I can't remember the game. But yeah.
They are
was
such
an
an
old one.
adorable couple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just
Yeah,
wanted
they-
to point out as well. I made the little Gigi. Well, I found a T-shirt and it's Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service with a little pan flag. I thought it was relevant to change my avatar today.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Cool.
Nice.
It's cute. Just like your
Fitting.
voice.
Oh, not when I'm very angry. I go really Scotch then.
Kiki's Delivery Service. That's actually a pretty good movie. It's a fun
It's so
movie to
cute.
watch.
Yes.
For
What's it
sure,
called?
it's a must.
Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It's animated
Yeah,
and
a
it's
very wholesome
good.
story. Mhm.
I'll have to write that down too.
It's one of my favorite people does all of them. They do Totoro,
Yes. Studio
Kiki,
Ghibli.
Ponyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it. I
And
can never
Ponyo
say
and all
the name
that.
right.
Ponyo?
Yeah, Ponyo. It's my
Oh.
Yeah,
favorite
there you
because it's
go.
the retelling of The Little Mermaid.
Oh, I thought you said Conyo.
Oh
No,
no,
Ponyo.
Ponyo.
Because
P-O-N.
Conyo is something different.
Oh dear.
Yes, very.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should Google.
Don't bother.
Is it a naughty word?
It's a Spanish word.
Yes.
Oh,
And when you hear it said, it's usually like "Coño!"
It's like
Yeah.
it's like saying
Lots of
damn it
aggression.
or damn it or god damn it or
Oh,
something
Yes.
something along those
Yes.
lines.
Parents say it all the time. Or at
Parents?
least my parents did.
Oh, your parents.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
And my grandmother. Whoa. Holy moly.
I was like, oh, what type of parrot did you have?
Oh, you heard it as parents too.
Sorry.
That was the other one. Okay.
I'm just animal brained at the moment. See, there was too many cute animals being talked about. That's it now. I'm lost.
What does a 6-foot parrot say?
Oh no.
Polly want a cracker now. Sorry, I had to do it.
My budgie doesn't say anything other than meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
meat.
Meat. It's just the sound she makes. It's not even a word.
Buddies are cute.
You can
Well,
teach
maybe
her
it means
to
something to them.
Oh no, for sure. She's got her own language and different tones and pitches. I know what she's trying to say to me.
Oh,
Mostly, don't touch me. I'm still terrified of people. And I'm like, okay, friend.
Oh.
She was a rescue.
oh.
She was not socialized, but we also don't know how old she is. So we do hand in the cage time where I just hold on to her branch, pretending my hand's a budgie and pretend I'm not there. I'm like, please just be my friend. Sometimes she comes up and gives me a little like head rub. Sometimes she just screams. But we
Either or. Right?
But we're trying to socialize her at least a little bit because there's one particular claw we need to trim of hers, and we can't have it like a traumatic experience where we just capture her and then set back like months of work we've done, because it was when the UK first went into lockdown that we got her.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to traumatize.
No. I mean, she already hates Tusk.
Just take a little, those. Nah, don't listen to me. Forget it. My suggestion, no good. No good.
Good advice, Stu. Good
No,
advice.
bad advice. I'm not even going to give it. That's how bad it was.
I mean, I've tried her favorite snack, which is spinach. So I just told her a little spinach leaf, and she will not take it from you. She's like, I fucking know what you're talking about, my mom. And I'm like, oh, okay. But what about spinach and carrot? What? Nope. None of that.
No. She ain't having it?
Nope. No. She ain't having it. She have none of that fish.
Yeah, because you're going to do something, right?
Yeah, apparently. I just was going to feed her. That's all.
Well, that's like we have 2 dogs here. One of them is afraid of me. And it doesn't, no matter what I do, the dog is afraid of me. So, and I've never done anything, but the dog is just afraid of me. I don't know.
I try the ignore technique to the best of my ability with scared dogs, particularly scared dogs. Not so much budgies. Budgies more need like, I exist in your space. You just have to put up with it.
Yeah.
The ignore technique used to work on me quite a lot when we were helping rehabilitate dogs, because eventually they get curious.
Well, this dog, if I interact with him, he gets frightened. I'm like, I don't want to touch him. So I just leave him alone.
Maybe, I mean, I feel like I want to make a suggestion, but I don't know if you're comfortable doing it. And if you feel like you may get a nippy nip, probably not wise. But the side-on approach, sitting on the floor, making yourself look itty bitty as much as you can, palm to the your knuckle on the floor, favorite treat in hand, and do not look at the dog. Just sit with your eyes closed. And just pretend you're not there. And sometimes you may get a little wet nose in your hand. And that's
it's funny. When I live with another fella, and when he leaves, the dog comes upstairs. Because mainly I'm hanging out upstairs, and my housemate is hanging out downstairs. And he leaves sometimes to go wherever. And the dogs come upstairs to hang out with me, and everything is fine. He's not afraid of me. But other times when I'm like just walking around the house, he's like wary of me. He's watching me, always got his eye on me and stuff. Funny dog, but when I'm alone with him, he's sort of like, it's okay. I don't know. It's weird.
That's pretty interesting. My friend's dog does. He's a little bit scared of like tall guys walking very dominantly. Not so much ladies, but like it gives him the fear. But remember, he's only a little dog, so he's probably like big human. But I don't know. So I suggested maybe to try just walk small and gentle, but not weird and skittish, because then that's just a weird thing. Like if you just kind of just walk, but try not to like put too much confidence in it, but don't be too nervous that then the dog thinks you're nervous of it, because then if it thinks you're nervous of it, it will then create a whole situation where the dog's then nervous of you being nervous, and then it's a really weird scenario.
I don't know. I don't pay it any attention. I just walk across the room. I'm not like, I'm not emphasizing. I'm not, doing, what is that called? The, that thing that the German soldiers used to do.
Oh goodness.
Goose stepping.
Yeah, that.
I'm not boot stepping across the room or nothing.
Goose.
Goose. I don't know what it's called. That's goose stepping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just walking normally across the room. I don't know. But that's a good suggestion.
You might be scary anyway.
You just have to stay very, very still and pretend you do not exist. And if you feel the dog, do not react. But that's also only if you feel like you will not get the bitten. Because if you feel like it's that kind of nervous, then it's best to just avoid, because that's more stress for both of you. This is now turned into Susan Aladdin's Dog Whisperer channel.
Yeah, I don't think the dog is gonna bite me. He just runs away. He runs away.
Oh, the little scone.
But there's nothing I can do. I've tried the treats, giving him treats all the time, but
bribery.
I can't keep giving him treats. And he looks at me like, "What's that for?" He's,
Yeah.
And then I go to give it to him, and he's like he's not sure. Should he take it? Should I not take it? I'm like, here, eat it.
When you're feeding them, is it normally face on, or is it sideways?
When I feed them, what do you mean feed them?
When you're handing the treats.
I just I give it to them here. Here,
and
wherever they are.
Try sideways, like your body sideways to your arm.
Oh.
That might help a little bit because it makes you smaller. And it's like face to face sometimes for some dogs, because obviously every dog's different. Face to face may mean like almost assertion, dominance / aggression, challenge. So maybe sideways.
I don't know. I don't do it anymore. I don't give them treats anymore because nothing came of it. And I was doing it for months and months on end, and it just was every time I did it, he just didn't care. He's like more wary of what I was giving him than. So it didn't work out. It wasn't working out. So I don't know. Maybe I was approaching him wrong, like you said.
I think it depends on so many scenarios. Like, obviously, I don't know the big picture of all of this to say anything, but I will happily sit and chat with you, and we can go down like a list of things if this is something you want to deal with.
Nah, I don't know what to do about it. I'm just treating the dog well. I don't hurt the animal, and I just treat him nicely. I figure if I keep treating him nicely, maybe he'll figure out that I don't mean him any harm. I mean, I don't. I don't want this. Hey, I don't want this to be about George and his dog show.
Sorry.
Well, I have a question. Do we want to go watch Tanner's premiere, or should we continue?
I don't know. I think watching Tanner's premiere sounds like a pretty good idea at this moment. I mean, it has been 2.5 hours.
Have we been going that long? Yeah, it's been about 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can watch Tanner's preview, a premiere. Sure.
Yeah, in 3 minutes.
Does anybody have the link?
I don't know the link. You have the link, Linda?
Yeah.
Sorry, my non-crackhead energy just comes through strong when animals are mentioned at all. Literally like a goldfish.
That's good.
Don't be shy to just tell me to get back on track sometimes. If this happens again, just be like, right, we've told you before.
Hey, I have the outro queued up so we can run it at any time.
Okay.
Let's do that then.
All right, let me share.
Yep. Here we go.
Well, that was the show, everyone.
Yeah.
Take care, all. As always, keep smiling.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, even though I got heavily distracted.
Go see Tanner.
Go over, see Tanner.
Yeah, we're gonna head on over to. Yeah, we're gonna watch Tanner's premiere.
And do a little dancing.
Do some dancing and some singing. So don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff to a bit of tea and Danish.
Yes, please do. And we'll see you
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Next Thursday.
Yeah.
At what time, Sam?
You really want to know?
Why, yes. Inquiring minds want to know.
No, you don't. I just had to interrupt the outro with my Windows Explorer. I'm looking for the list of times. Let's see, where is it? Where is the list?
It's in the Tmi dungeon.
There it is. Well, in Central USA, CST is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is 1 p.m. London GMT is 6 p.m. Berlin, Germany, and CTE is 7 p.m. So you can watch the TMI show at all those times. And if you live in Arizona, that would be 11 a.m. That's where I live. I live in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are all the times. And well, there is I have Moscow. If you live in Moscow, you want to know what time to watch the? You have to tune in at 9 p.m. That's right. So what is this? You were thinking of doing a NASA show?
Oh, 10 seconds to
Lift up.
10 seconds to Linda?
Skydiver Tanner.
To lift
Okay.
up. Sorry, Linda.
Subscribe. Ring that bell.
Oh,
Tickle
he's
that-
on. He's on.
He's on.
Woohoo.
Where's the link?
Into chat.
His t-shirt matches the seaweed in the background.
Oh yeah.
I also did a poll and
There's Tanner. This outro is like almost 5 minutes long.
Yeah. It is. I got Tanner on the other screen.
Oh, you do? All right. Me too.
I think that was all.
at the end, I will show you guys
More random than noises.